Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
make this 100% fucking clear. Absolutely nobody shit on you for being autistic. Nobody even shit on you, dude. People just said that Magic Arena doesn't need Commander, and you yourself even said that there are dozens of other ways to play Commander for free that aren't going to be pay to win like Arena is. I tried having this discussion with you, and multiple times you sort of just came out and said, well, I'm wrong. You're talking about being talked down. Hey, I want to make this 100% fucking clear. Absolutely nobody shit on you for being autistic. Nobody even shit on you, dude. People just said that Magic Arena doesn't need Commander, and you yourself even said that there are dozens of other ways to play Commander.
What up, y'all?
My controller's so fucking goddamn tangled. Holy shit, chat. Good heavens. I'm gonna turn the game audio down. I was listening to the VOD last night and it was louder than I thought, I guess. Not like it's like deafening, but oh, it didn't start. The game is for sure much louder. One, much louder than I just want it to be. Two, shit. It's much louder than I want it to be, and two, it's just fucking. I wasn't super able to hear sound over it last night. We got sound alerts working too, I guess. It's worth mentioning. Forgot to launch the game in offline mode. So every time we save and quit, we're gonna get that weird. Come on, audio? Hello? Oh, there we go. Just lower everything down by one and it should be perfect. Oh, we should only have one character as well. Not sure where to jump in either. There are new sound alerts. There are. I don't think there's any new.
Baba Booey.
Yep, Baba Booey. Any new channel point rewards? I think it's just the new sound alerts. I think it is. Sanctuary Guardian. Do we want to fight? It'd be our first fight of the day. We can go in strong. We can Fortnite it. So. The issue yesterday is it was just like being grumpy. He's also just somewhat of a hard boss and like any sort of movies. These tactics attacks come on, they don't combo you out. Better than the fight yesterday. We're getting hit a lot more, but it's still better than the fight yesterday. Like, he's a lot more mobile than he was yesterday. Not really creating much issue in terms of, like, spacing. Yesterday he was spaced. Show me that. He wasn't spaced in a bit. That made a lot of because we have to technically, not technically, we have to approach this. We can't really fight him how to fight him. He's like hyper aggressive on the tail. Like we have a weapon that's basically huge, and we have to fight a boss that can advantage power and strong reach. We're good with honestness. Let me do some charge here. That was yeah, at this point it makes the kind of there we go. I was gonna say stagger we win, no stagger we don't. So it's kind of fantastic that we do people not consider the double guardian fight like a fight for all bosses? Or is it because nobody remembers that fight, nobody cares? Is that the actual thing? Just nobody ever really remembers that that's a fight? Double guardian? Did we use that soul, or am I bugging out? We did, okay. I'm so tempted to just go big damage. We've been neglecting stamina so much.
Yes.
Shit.
I would.
I didn't mean to do that, Liz.
Thank us. Thou shalt see further up and without in.
People only ever need 4. There's unlimited gold pine. Being able to buy unlimited gold pine early into the run would be so fucking great, wouldn't it? Am I doing Artorias? No. No plans to do Artorias. This isn't all bosses, but obviously it's like parentheses all bosses. It's that sort of weird in between where I just do, you know, whatever bosses, I end up not having time for, but like having patience for, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is armor. Yep. Oops. Again, it's just more shit to sell. Carami. Carami? Calami. Why did I say it like that? I was like 2/4 of a yawn into speaking. Not gonna trick me, lizard. Although he might have tricked me. I watched what's his name's bow only run, and the shit was funny as hell. Also, this is 100% the area that I completely failed to get to every other playthrough. Just jumping's hard. Is there stuff down there? No. Let's see. Wouldn't lie to you guys. Check? No. That's not happening. I'm not checking the holes. I'll check all these nooks and crannies, but I'm not entering no goddamn hole. Does hand axe go from C to B at 15? Maybe we do go from maybe we do go all the way up. At least for playthroughs like this. Like I was saying before, like in like a not a casual playthrough, but like I don't really care the outcome of this, or I don't really care for the challenge involved kind of playthrough. There's no drastic need to like rush a weapon to 15, or even like rush a weapon to 10. Like normally when I play through casually, I'll spawn into Firelink, I'll make an attempt to Great Scythe, and if I can grab Great Scythe, I'll go do Pinwheel. If not, I'll usually just try to do Pinwheel, or if I get Great Scythe, I'll just try to do Pinwheel. And if I die on the way down or something, because I don't grab the safety bonfire, I just proceed as usual, and I grab the Uchigatana bird of the undead merchant. Snip, 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 snip. Oh my god, dude, they're fucking crazy. I've never seen those enemies go fucking wild like that. So I just realized I haven't played Lost Ark in like 4 days. After fucking buying the Founders Pack, not being able to log in for early access, and then not being able to log in for like day one. I played for 4 days. Unlocked sailing. I got to the point in the story where I unlocked sailing and finished the first little Gulliver's Travel Island, I guess. The Coco Island or whatever. I just finished the dungeon on that island. What the fuck was I? I'm surprised no one's ever found like a major skip for this area. There's bound to be one, right? There's so much room for potential for a major skip. Well, I'm being like half honest. There is a skip, you can like spam roll down an elevator, one of the elevators here, and it just doesn't damage you for some reason. I don't remember which elevator it is. Shit's so weird, I'm so not used to the noises and the feelings of Dark Souls 1. I've had my rogue energy, but I haven't had my coffee. Usually I'll have like a smaller cup of coffee and 2 rogues. I don't really care about the 2K. We picked up the item? No, we didn't. I care about the 2K. Why do I care about the item? Because it's shit to sell. I don't know. Souls matter, and it's a gold coin too. It's just shit to sell. There's no master strat to picking up shiny things. It's just we're eventually gonna get to a point where we need to get a bunch of our shit upgraded, and or like just a bunch of items upgraded. I guess, if that makes sense. So I don't. It's. I guess the best way, or so more honest way to describe it is like it's 100% an issue of efficiency, I guess. I think that's the elevator you can fall down, but at the same time I don't think that's the elevator you can fall down. So I'm going to unlock the real shortcut. But for some reason my gut is telling me that that's the elevator you can skip.
Yes, we are both strapped.
He shouldn't sell anything we need. How many homeward bones do we have? 5. That's an okay amount. I don't want to kill Chester.
So long.
Chester just seems like a valuable resource for future, which is weird because we're almost like done with the playthrough, but also there's no way in hell we're passing like any sort of DPS check for 4 things. That's technically the elevator. Imagine you're like a new player and you fall down there and you see the humanity. And you're like, wait a second. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we have to do the entirety of like the demon ruins and shit, huh? What's the closest warp to that? Probably the depths, yeah. We'll start doing Blighttown the right way, I guess. There's no harm in it, like nothing changes if we do it the right way. But I also kind of want to get into a groove of doing like less skips and more like actual content. Because when I end up doing like randomizers and shit, I'm gonna have to come to all these pitches anyways because you guys want content. It's not like I can just completely skip out on areas. Like skipping on the depths, Why is the door open? We didn't open the door. Why is the door already open? Oh, that's awkward. I thought we had it. Somebody already opened the Blighttown door. It wasn't. It couldn't have been us because we killed the gaping dragon and just instantly warped out. I just watched that VOD the other night. Yeah. I don't know, I don't think unless I'm just discovering that door will open after like a set amount of time. But like I said, that's news to me because anyways, that's news to me because I've never seen this door not be open without the key and not be opened by activating the key. So I'm wondering if, like, at a certain point, does the game just go, okay, this motherfucker has cleared Blighttown? I did not roll good enough. I didn't even, good. I didn't even good. That's a run. You could have run off that ledge and make it. You're not supposed to roll. I'll skip this guy and just slow play the rest. I would like to have extra Estus, but it's not really worth it if we're passing 2 bonfires anyways. I'm not really super interested in like passing up on humanity that evidently be used for anything better, like reverse our hollowing to fight Mildred or whatever. If she's still around, I don't think she is. We have to go to Ash Lake, do a bunch of shit down there. I'll show you guys the Ash Lake Basilisk too. I guess it's the Great Hollow Tree, the Great Tree Basilisk, which is a basilisk that spawns outside of the map and just falls to its death. And I guess, seeing it, I saw it for the first time in action. You do like an enemy randomizer. If you keep the souls set, so if like these enemies drop like 150. If these enemies were like Sieves or Artorias, they would drop 150, but you can change it so they drop like the 60k or 50k that they normally drop. And if you have that set and you get lucky when you get that Great Wood, that tree, like the Ash Tree, that Basilisk, if it ends up being like a boss, like a major boss too, you'll always get the souls from it, and then you'll also always get its soul, like you'll get the item that it will drop. Because I think I had I think mine was Centipede Demon when I did it the other night, which isn't like a great one, but it drops the orange charred ring, and having 2 orange charred rings on is fine. You could have had us all there. All to yourself. We explored Blighttown. I never really have time to explore this place. It's the kind of place I just go to the bonfire and just live. Well, before streaming, before the other run we did, it's the kind of place I just actually skip whenever we do this area. It's like an interesting number of souls here. It's trying to trick me into going to that bonfire reverse, but I guess I kind of have to now, because otherwise I'd have to make the jump over here. See, this is the shit I remember. Like, I can make the jump here, get to the bonfire the normal way, quote unquote, but for some reason the game wanted me to go down, or I guess maybe that's not the intended path, but it was offering a path that was, you know, go backward or go forward and then backtrack to the bonfire. And I guess I'm just saying I don't really. I'm like, I guess maybe if you're like a new player, you know, this path is. Oh, here it is. Oh, maybe we'll also get to see where the Gaping Dragon comes from. Oh, this is a mechanic I forgot about. Yeah, the Gaping Dragon comes from Blighttown. I guess that is kind of like a weird did you know kind of fact. The Gaping Dragon, you can see it better, more like have a more better understanding of it if you. Am I supposed to go after here? I have to go up, and I don't see the ladder. If you ever go to the bonfire from like the back entrance, you know what I'm talking about, like the iconic Blighttown bonfire, like the one most people are familiar with. It's like a dragon scale in there and everything. And on the map editor, or I guess if you were to open a map editor, that area lines up with where the Gaping Dragon makes its entrance in the gutter. Or not in the gutter, in the depths. So the consensus is that the Gaping Dragon is hanging out down here in the depths and just kind of comes up to eat you. Or it's hanging down in Blighttown and comes up to the depths to eat whatever corpses or bodies fall down, I suppose. It's I don't want to say it's all but confirmed, because it's also the kind of thing that's confirmed via the map. As a map editor will just straight up show you that there is a path that the Gaping Dragon doesn't literally take that path. We're not, no one's saying that it spawns down here. You can come down here early and it's waiting. The thing is, it's the way the world is connected. Everything's connected. You have this sudden realization that why are there so many dudes back here? Yeah, this sort of sudden realization that there's a giant hole above Blighttown that also leads into Firelink, that also leads to a bunch of other places. And it is very, very safe to say that the Gaping Dragon very well comes up from the gutter. I keep saying the gutter. Comes up from Blighttown in the depths. Which is really, really, really cool. Because I don't think it's something people pushed as a connected world thing. There's a portion of the community that's always trying to find more ways in which the world and worlds are connected. Not just across this game, but the franchise itself. And obviously it's more easier to do with Dark Souls 1 and 3 because they're basically direct sequels. With Dark Souls 2 kind of being a weird prequel. Awkward. Again, we can't use Power Within, but it's iconic enough to pick up, I guess. Got there's an enemy there. Oh, I coughed and all the little gift card things I have for giveaways fell over. There's a Firekeeper soul down here. It's fuck, it's on the other side, isn't it? It's on that path with the on that path with all the dogs and shit. Oh. So I guess this is where the lineup would be, because that's the chest with the dragon scale. And in a map editor, you can kind of see. Well, here you can't see at all, but this hole lines up with the Gaping Dragon's boss room. In a map editor, it's wider too, which I think sort of implies that it was supposed to be a little more obvious that if you were to jump the Gaping Dragon's hole, you would probably fall down into Blighttown. And it would be oh cool, this is where the dragon came from. I don't think there's any content or like lost media, quote unquote, tied around that change. I more so think it's the sort of thing where, excuse me, it's the sort of thing where it just it didn't have to be a big deal, so they didn't make it a big deal. Like, it doesn't have to be lore that the Gaping Dragon came up from Blighttown. But I mean, even looking at it like from a natural sense, he would be coming up from the Ash Lake. You know, a dragon coming up from Ash Lake, that checks out. That's where the dragons lived. So the dragon came up from Ash Lake, rotted in Blighttown, and then comes up into the gutter to eat. And here's the dragon scale. Anyone wondering? The implication is that it was there to reference the once future Gaping Dragon. I have 10 S's at this bonfire, which is kind of funny. I want the Firekeeper Soul. It's in such an awkward spot. And I can just kill the Sister of Chaos. And quite frankly, a giant part of me is just saying kill the Sister of Chaos. That's 2 runs in a row we didn't fail on it. It's never spawned either. I must be like missing a summoning condition. I might do a glitch exposition one day. Just show how to like do the Quailana skip, or sorry, Quailag skip, Undead Berg, Out of Bounds, Elevator skip, which I guess people call Archive skip now. Maybe Kiln skip, any skip that I can get working and remaster. I think I might just show off one day because they're all pretty cool. It's such a long fucking walk. What else would I have done? I don't want to talk to him yet. What does that questline give us? She gives us something at 30 humanity, I think. I don't remember what it is. And in like not remembering what it is, I don't remember if it's something we need. Do you know what I mean? Or if it's something we're gonna want. I think it's a talking to her. Just merely talking to her gets us King Godfrey Chaos Fireball. No. I think she gives us something else. Like something in the Great Chaos genre of pyromancies. Do you guys ever play a game where like an MMO or like an action RPG, or like any sort of class-based game, I guess? And in this class-based game, you see like classes, but then you go to play the game and the classes aren't there. I was playing this game, and basically what had happened was like I was like, oh, I want to play this game for this class. It had like a Pyromancer class. Pyrokinetic or something it was called. I want to play this class. It's like an ARPG, like a Diablo clone. And I'm like, cool. And then I boot up the game. I install all like 100 gigs or whatever. It was a huge, huge installation. And then I see that, like, this class that I downloaded the game for, like, made an account and everything, you can't make that class. You have to, like, pay for it. And I was like, oh. Well, that's something that should have been, like, a disclaimer. This class was like a, hey, you have to pay for this class. And not a, like, hey, this is, like, because it's a class that's in the trailer. And I don't mean it's a class that has a trailer. I mean, it's a class that's, like, if you watch the trailer for this game, there's a witch lady throwing fireballs. And she summons, like, a fire cat or something. And I'm like, oh, cool. So there's, like, Pyromancer class, poggers, play that. It would be like if I was watching, it would be like if a trailer for Borderlands 2, like a launch trailer for Borderlands 2, had gameplay of, like, Gage and Krieg, the Pyromancer and the Psycho, but didn't disclose that they were, like, upcoming DLC characters. This trailer very much made it look like they were both, like, that this character was a character who was just in. He's gonna keep doing his splashy mashing, which means we're gonna get fucking. Actually, no, I can sit through this entire fight in 30 minutes, can't I? Oh, I'm sorry, 31. I mean, this is the spot where it's gonna be, which is kind of funny. We're on the wrong side of history. Oh, there we go. I've never gotten stuck in this corner, and I was praying to God that that didn't affect how the rest of the fight went, because I was like, if we're stuck, if he has us pinned here, and this is the only way we can, like, fight him, that's really funny, because I'll do it, but, like, I'd rather fucking not. I forgot the Fortnite dance on him. Alright, anyways. Baba Booey. Where are you at, my Baba Booey? You're only seeing one page of sound alerts? That's not poggers. I don't know what to tell you. I just want to stack hella fast endurance. I want to be fast as fuck, boy. We do Centipede and then what? And then we do the bosses in order, forehead? I don't know. Guys, my fiance said forehead to me this morning. She was making a grocery list and I wrote something down. And I said, hey, it's like, don't erase that. And she went, I can't erase it because it's the head, forehead. And I felt weird. And I went like, I said, what? What did you just say? She goes, forehead. That's what you guys say on Twitch. You guys say forehead. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I guess it was kind of like if you were playing Fortnite and you were like, let's get this dub, let's get this W, and then your mom started saying, let's get this W. Oh, let's do your homework. Let's get that W homework. You'd be like, what? Mom, what are you talking about? Let's do the W homework. You'd be confused as shit, right? You wouldn't know what to do. I'd be confused as shit. Ouch. I love how these Capras have that like little Sith red line. fun fact as well, these Cabras have the same health pool. There should be... I'm looking right now, there should 100% be another page of a... No, I think the sound alerts are right now. I think the sound alerts are okay. I don't think they're wrong. I think I moved it to one page. For the time being. Baba Booey. Yeah, I added all of the channel point ones are the channel point ones, but then I added... I took away some, reconsidered how I wanted to like price them for bits, and then I just went from there. And I don't think anyone's complaining. I think it's a very fair like price layout. Baba Booey. Our fire mode is and you guys are out here like, use Pyromancer. I can't use Pyromancer. Pyromancy is for kiting, and that's it. At least at this point. Like, I warned you guys, there's a clear point where Pyromancy no longer becomes, like, not even just something we can depend on, it's something that, like, works. It works fine. Pyromancies are fine. It's just the fact that like, you can't you can't. There's no fallback for pyromancies, I guess. Like if you fuck up, you fuck up. So it's more so. Oh, there's a clip over here with this fella. You have to like shield, not parry, but like shield. You put your shield in your other hand and you shield attack. Acid fighting you, and it breaks the game. But then it lets you get past the fire sage. I see him like AoEing. He's waiting for her. He wants to AoE. I was watching a buddy stream. He streams on Facebook. He was like streaming some Dark Souls stuff. And he was doing like a gun game. Like every time you hit an enemy, instead of leveling up, you gun game, like where you kill an enemy, you like upgrade, you get a better weapon, like Call of Duty. He was doing that, but Dark Souls. And it looked really fun. But anyways, he got the Fire Sage, and the Fire Sage was just AoE spamming, and he couldn't do anything about it because he was like all this shit. And you get to the point where you can think of that shit. Some of these like mods, these like challenge mods are so intense, and they're just not designed to be beat. And that one's got me like, will we ever get to that point? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm not using the gold pine resin because I bought the gold pine resin for the challenge, and I don't know if gold pine resin is allowed. I don't know if any resin is allowed. Like I know you're allowed to upgrade. You're allowed to upgrade your weapons. And you're allowed to enchant your weapons, but you're not allowed to enchant your weapons with fire or lightning. So I'm sitting here kind of wondering, like, well, if I can't do that, can I where's gold pine resin? That's the question. So I'm not going to use gold pine resin because I don't want to like invalid it. But at the same time, it's also like the last run I did, like before our first save got corrupted, I used gold pine with lag. So timing. So in my mind, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking like it must have been legal or I wouldn't have done it. Because that was that first stream where we started this challenge with Bob Lark or whatever we named it. Bob of that run, I had the rules open and like on my phone next to me, so I knew like what not to do in the early game in terms of like, well, am I allowed to go get this, or like, should I go get this, or should I go get that? Should I stock up on this? Blah blah blah. Like I had all that. Because I didn't want to act like I didn't want to waste anything. That's kind of where I found out, like, wait, our dump stat is supposed to be a strength. We're not supposed to, like, split. Because I thought there was going to be... I thought it was going to be one of those weird situations where there's, like, a split. A lot of these challenge runs will have you just split damage, but then I'm kind of thinking, like, or I started thinking, like, well, I don't need dexterity because you stop using Fireball literally after... Fireball becomes obsolete minutes into the run. Fireball is good to dump souls into, but never has to be touched. But I like it for, you know, like moments like this where there's kind of tight enemies. Or if I need to like manipulate an AI. There's an exploit with Priscilla that's kind of being passed around right now. Where if you're in her fight, I wish I could show it, but we're not out. We killed Priscilla. I also don't want to nullify the challenge mission. But if you're fighting Priscilla and you don't make physical contact with her for the boss fight, this is how we think it works. If you don't make physical contact with Priscilla, like as in you don't touch her, like your hitbox and her hitbox never cross, she doesn't know what to do, and there's a moment in doing so in where you basically, she will stop fighting. God, I wish I could show you guys a clip.
I pray that...
Shit. Basically what happens is... You develop this sort of cycle within the fight where you and Priscilla are trading blows. Not really blows, but you're shooting her with a range. In the situation, every situation where this has been recorded, it's been with archery. I believe somebody got it to work with pyromancy recently, and it's basically turned into this. Dude, I don't know what stat to even dump into. Vitality gets us Gucci'd right now, but I feel like I just need more endurance because more endurance ultimately just is more DPS. She has to stay alive for now, just until we're done with Demon Ruins. Or at least just until we get to Lost Isolith bonfire, and then that freak of nature can die. Well, she's not a freak of nature. Quaylana did nothing wrong, or this Chaos Sister did nothing wrong. She's a victim. What are we at for channel point stuff? We do Centipede, and then we immediately do Bed. Fun fact, I think this fire and the Domain bonfire are the two closest together bonfires in the game, I think. And it's because they're literally separated by 2 floors and an elevator that's... If you know anything about elevators in this game, they're kind of like Mass Effect elevators. They're like awkward hidden load screens. that also aren't they go under like what it means to have a load screen. Hopefully I get the charred ring and the whole thing. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Come on, baby. Go pee pee. Go pee pee. Oh, that's unfortunate. The arm is in the tail dropping the ring. But he himself just also drops the ring. Like otherwise the game would be really cool. Why is there a difference? There's a difference because you will soft lock if you don't have the ring. You quite literally need the ring to get through the entire game. And if that was something that was like mechanically unbeknownst to the player, it would be very cool. It would be incredibly unfair if that was not made aware to the player. If it was like, oh, you cut his arm, or if you cut his arm or tail off and get a ring, just fall through without taking damage. Look how much damage we take. You can't realistically justify the game not helping you out and just giving you the ring. Otherwise, it's like. Good news, chat. My fiance brought home fried chicken. Oh shit. What did I do? Did I just weed brain off a fucking ledge? I mean, obviously it's what I fucking did. Oops.
dead.
Oh, jeez Louise. My goal for today's stream, I don't know if I said this earlier. Basically finish Bed of Chaos, finish the entire like Demon Ruins and Lost Isla section. Yesterday was just start the DLC. Now we're just collecting Lord Souls. So Solaire kind of just vanished in this run. And I was talking to some people basically like, hey, Solaire just literally vanished in my fucking run. And really it's just a thing. Where if I had RSTR and that's how I was rocking it with the Fortnite dance, I'd be the hottest shit on the block. Rocking RSTR with Fortnite dances is like the most 2022 Dark Souls meta. I can't see shit because of the angle of fighting. Just lava lock. Hopefully him lava knocking me there and you guys seeing how much damage it is, that helps you understand why not only two parts of his body drop his rate, but him as a boss drop. Fuck me. I thought that was the overhead, so I dodged diagonal. And then I thought that was the other one. This is such a weird angle if I did also that. Like, I'd rather fight the cathartic than sand. There used to be a strategy here too. I think it's easier to fight him back here. But I don't know if he like consistently comes back this way. And I don't even know how many people know about this part of the arena, but it's easier to fight him here. You just like kind of over this way. So instead of fighting him like with your camera pushing up, you're fighting him like how you would fight the camera. Awkwardly dodging. It's also an awkward attack. There's no like, oh, we got out of the way. I had poise to that fireball. Okay. His feet hit us. His feet hitting us is what stopped his arm from hitting us. He's as confused as we are. That was really funny. Alright, so now we just have to do yeah, if I were to have not cut any of the body there, you would have gotten the ring, I believe. Oh, this is the wrong area. I'm thinking of the area where Solaire is. Oh, that's what I was gonna get to. So Scaleless just completely vanished from our playthrough. We started his quest. I intended to do his quest line in this playthrough because I kind of wanted to just do a little more NPC stuff than we did in our like introduction to Dark Souls playthrough, where we basically kind of just did the bare minimum with the exception of like all the technically 2 bosses, and only because we forgot the other boss. Sorry, Gwendolyn. But with that being said, Solaire's just gone in this playthrough. We talked to him in the bird. We got the soapstone. We did every possible thing to keep Solaire alive, including not summoning him for any boss fights. So he wasn't dead from that, which is a theory that chat had at one point. You guys had the theory that we summoned him for a boss fight, he would die. That fortunately was the case. You guys want to know a funny fact about these dragon butts? They are remnants of what is essentially just a cut. I want to say cut enemy, but the undead dragons. You know how the undead dragon in the Painted World has a butt? So when it stands up, the butt falls off, and it's like rotten and stuff like that. You can plunge attack the butt, and it stands up like that. Well, the butt was originally like non-functional. Like, it just didn't work. It was a non-functional butt, and they were like, "Shit, this butt is non-functioning. We can't do anything with it." So they cut it, put it in the Painted World with all the other cut content. Well, good news. Eventually, they fixed it, and then they're like, "Shit! Now we have this like we had what was supposed to be a boss fight with like 2 halves of an undead dragon, and now we don't have anything. What do we fucking do?" So they shoved them down here. Instead, I think it was supposed to be like another instance of like, oh no, we're fighting a bunch of bosses that were previously mini bosses, and I believe in this case it was more Taurus Capra Demon shenanigans, I want to say. We have our Spartan kick. Yeah. The charred ring makes your Spartan kick do fire damage. For some reason I remember there being an effect, that's why I kind of showed it. But I'm now seeing I'm wrong. I had to maybe turn over some rings as well. God, where am I stuck? Speaking of soft locking. Honestly though, speaking of soft locking, the fog gate randomizer is a really cool way to prevent it. If you fog gate into an area that doesn't have a fog gate leading out, so like you can't back up. I can't think of a specific place other than maybe the depths. Like if you come in through the gaping, if you come into that fight through the gaping dragon door, you're stuck. There's no exit, and there's no boss to drop a homeward bone either. Oh shit, we do have argument. Fuck, Kirk's gonna be a bitch. We're not fighting Kirk. Kirk can suck my McGurk. Bye, Kirk. Get your armor another time. I saw somebody do an interesting strat that like old speed runs of this game used to do, where you get the first tree, you get the first branch, save, quit, and then get the second branch from like a weird... It's basically a speedrun trick that stops the fire pillars from happening and stops the ground from breaking. So it's basically like, I guess to use speedrunner terminology, it turns the fight from like what I would say is somewhat of like a you need to focus to like path yourself, also dodge, like attack. It turns the fight into that, into basically like you walk from one side of the map to the other. Fuck me, but it was really cool because I'd never seen, or I at least hadn't seen somebody do that trick in years. Like in a genuine sense, I literally haven't seen that trick in years. Because you can start that fight, break a branch, save and quit, and then leave, and then come back in. And I forget what the criteria is to get it to. We didn't switch yet. I'm not even really sure how we fell. I guess because I'm taking the windy way. Alright, we're gonna switch now. It's 2 up, 2 down. Do I need Darkwood Green? No. I just prefer it. There's no other ring for this fight that really makes sense to use. Chloranthy maybe, but I don't know. Chloranthy kind of makes more sense if you already have mono stamina regen. So maybe in a world where this run allowed the switching of at least your shield, like if you could stack stamina regen, maybe Chloranthy would be nice, because you're like at that point you're just tapping the sprint. But again, it comes down to a huge point of like you also just never have to do this fight as intended. There are hundreds of ways to honestly just negate this fight entirely and just make it a nothing kind of thing, you know. As the player just kind of sit and wait, and then you heal, and then you sit and wait, and then you heal, and then you sit and wait, and then you heal, and then you sit and wait. You know, there's no real pressure, at least not in the sense where there used to be pressure. Like, Chloranthy ring helps, I'm not saying it doesn't, but it helps in the sense that, like, primarily be shitballs. You would primarily just be using it to what? Just get your stamina in between hits. And at that point it's like, oh, okay, well that's the thing, I guess. I prided myself last night on Twitter for not using save quit manipulation. And here I am explaining how I would use save quit manipulation in the run. And I guess for context, a lot of Dark Souls runs, in general, not even just in like remaster or the Prepare to Die or original, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Scholar of the First Sin, Prepare to Die Edition, Dark Souls Remastered, all of those games abuse a very specific save and quit mechanic. To where if you save and quit, actually maybe not Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 2 does save and quit. We'll leave Dark Souls 2 out of this because I'm not, again, 100% 100% sure Dark Souls 2 follows this rule specifically, exactly like the other ones. But they all use this mechanic where if I were to save and quit right now, let me show you. Shit, I accidentally emoted. So save, quit. When I respawn back in, every enemy's gonna just be gone. And well, if I was playing Steam in offline mode, it would take me right to continue. So you escape, save, quit, come back in, everything's gone. Everything's back to normal. You can use that. And I'm still saying I technically didn't use the exploit, I just demonstrated how it works. There's no benefit to doing it. You just walk. I can oh jeez Louise. Literally walk past those enemies. But if it was like if we were like mad dashing somewhere and we were in a situation where we absolutely needed to like find a way to I want to say exploit, but like it's just not a secret walk. Why did I think it was? Why did I walk over here? For Chaos Whip? What do I want Chaos Whip for? My bad, chat. But you can use that in this fight specifically because this fight treats phases really weird. So you save and quit as like the next phase starts. It's the worst place to be knocked. No! Oh, I picked up a hole! I mashed too quick. Is this a new record for fails? For better chaos fails? At this rate, I should just keep the ring off, huh? In all seriousness, I actually kind of do maybe we should just keep the ring off. Because the dark wood grain roll is also like making things awkward. But then again, like, what ring do I have that would be better in this fight? Truly nothing. RTSR? Let's do it. Let's RTSR the bed of chaos. The boss that dies is one hit. A boss that, mechanically speaking, literally has, like, no impact. No combative impact. You don't really fight this boss as much as you kind of just, like, say, hey, I acknowledge your existence. Farewell. Fare thee well, bed of chaos. This should not be weird. I have to remember the Fortnite dance on the boss when we win. I love how I can hear all the weird fucking noises these fellas make. And I guess I should declare that this run is only going on to stall out channel points for the sake of giving people a chance to put into random what randomizer we go for first. I would personally prefer the bravest route and just turn on all three when it's not. Right out of the gate, at least. By that, I mean, like, to turn on all three randomizers when I have no experience with how either of them, or any of them really work. It's just not smart. I did that the other night, and I literally thought I had to reinstall the game. I thought I fucked up my whole save. Not my whole save, sorry. I thought I fucked up my entire installation. Not even my save, the entire installation for Dark Souls. I thought I fucked up. We're actually going to go back. Because I want to explore this area a bit. Do I? Do I? Nah, probably not. I'm trying to think of, like, there's nothing that we missed at this point. Primal bonfire lit? Hell yeah. Anyone remember those days when you would light a primal bonfire? And your boss would get real mad at you? I think we're good on, like, stats, right? What else do we need? Stamina's 151. Sorry. 1164, 151, 59. We can get 260 attack. Or we just upgrade shit. My biggest fear at this point is any sort of challenge that New Londo presents. And by that, yes, I do just quite literally mean the Four Kings being incredibly hard.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Not treat.
Oh my god, once again, I'm sorry for the I quite literally cannot do anything about these. More Akuma, that's the weapon I was thinking of. Our one Dragon Slayer. It's from the, I'm 100% sure we got that from the one, like, weird spot. Selling out the Guardian set's awkward as fuck because I wanted to just voice through everything. RTSR, I might want to keep. Dust Crown Ring, I just don't. We don't need. Hornet Ring, we don't need. You can't give him. You can't give him plot essential rings, and I guess RTSR we keep. I hate the fucking noises he makes so much. Guess we just get vitality into the game. Let's go to New Londo. And when I say let's go to New Londo, I mean let's run the fuck through New Londo. Open the gate. Back the fuck out and go fight Seath. And that's set up an easy and fun New Londo experience. Why open the gate then leave? I don't know, I just want to fight the Kings. I have to come in armored race. I guess the thing is, like, we don't need Havels. There's no prep outside of the Four Kings other than the prep we've already done. And I guess getting the seal from Ingward, but actually maybe Pyromancy the seal off of Ingward. It's kind of it's a lot more awkward than doing it without a bow. But you can do it with firebombs, and I know you can do it with obviously you can do it with arrows. You just shoot in the face from, like, not down here, but over there. And that basically skips the entire ghost portion of New Londo. If you guys have never seen New Londo skipped, it's the funniest shit. just literally beat up inward. I think from here. Yeah, this is where you do it from. We're not gonna be able to do it because I don't think my Pyromancer is reach enough. I also think you need the Hawkeye ring, which we don't have. Maybe you don't. I don't think you need the Hawkeye ring. I think you just beat him up. Fucking ghost man. I'm just dead. This whole part of the game sucks. It's an awkward part of the game, sure. Because you don't want to, like, I don't know, you don't want to, like, slow roll it, no pun intended, as I roll. You don't want to slow roll it in the sense that, like, I don't want to sit here and use a transient curse every time I come into New Londo. But in situations like that, like, I wish I had a curse procced. Like, I guess for, like, the safety of the run, I'll proc curses. It's not a matter of, like, using curses takes ages to cast. It's a matter of, like, holy shit, using an item every time you come into an area. And then proceeding to have to restock up on that item is what makes it annoying. At least this time around, we have an item that actually, like, hurts them. We have a weapon that, like... doesn't need to be wound up. Like, we just kind of R1 spam them when they die, which is fantastic because that's really neat. We were doing this with Great Sight. Excuse me, we were doing this with Great Sight that was really awkward. Great Scythe in general sort of demands elaborate setups for each attack in exchange for doing stupid whooping damage. I don't know what the item down there is. I think it's a parrying dagger. And I'm saying that, bringing that up rather, because I believe it's the parrying dagger. I'm not interested in grabbing it. Okay, hopefully we can get through. We killed the ones that spawned here. Just get to the top. There we go. Ingward, help. Ingward, help. And then this is where that boss fight was supposed to happen. Ingward was supposed to be a boss fight. Who, Oh, he was supposed to be a boss fight. That, like, never ended up getting into the final cut of the game. You can still fight his boss up here. Obviously not in this version of the game, chat. There are, like, content mods that add what would have been the boss. It's like it's not King Jeremiah. Don't think it's that. King Jeremiah is, I guess, in a way, what people thought this guy would be. People thought that this fight was King Jeremiah, but I don't believe it is. It's like a different guy. Is it really getting down the ladder every night? Fighting Ghost sucks, and I forget how long the transient curse lasts as well. So I don't know how much time you have left to venture forward. Wow, that sucks. We're going the wrong way. This is the way we came, isn't it? Honestly, Curse Bite Ring might not be bad for Seed. It's just like a shield. Or a fucking Thorns run. I know in that Thorns Armor only, or Armor of Thorns run, you literally need the Curse Bite Ring or you can't finish the run. It's almost as if that was intended. To develop the Curse Bite Ring. Guys, the Curse Bite Ring isn't like 20% resistance to curse. It's 400% resistance to curse. The Curse Bite Ring gives you 400% resistance to curse. Ain't that fucking crazy? And you're probably like, why, TurtleBox? Oh, because fucking curse sucks. Here's the bonfire. I don't want to make an attempt for 4 kings. We can, but I don't want to. Or rather, I'm scared to. What's the path? It's the same path we took every other time. I originally was coming from Firelink into to New Londo into 4 Kings because I'm so used to, like, it's kind of like Fable. If you were ever here for my Fable speedruns, you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Where there's this sense of familiarity, where you as a person want to do things the way that you've always done them. I had that sense with the 4 Kings, in the sense that I would always come from excuse me, I would always come from Firelink Shrine to do the 4 Kings. So in my brain, while we were doing this run, I sort of got it into my head, like, oh, I just want to do Firelink. I want to come from Firelink into New Londo, and that's how I want to get to the 4 Kings. I don't want to do any other way. That's what I was used to. It's technically faster, but not safer, if that makes sense. Like, if you're not used to the route, you just die. And it's only faster in the sense that, like, you bonfire there from whatever last boss you did. Like, you warp, blah, blah, blah. And then from there, you're sort of like, all right, cool, well, I have, I lost my train of thought. I have my, like, pathing, I have my routing, we're good to go. But if you die, and you reset even once, you now have, like, an added minute to, like, what was at one point not too bad of a time add. I guess it's like I was okay with taking the risk of coming in from Firelink. I forget what this is in this chest, but I just know it's useless. Let's find out together. I think it's like souls. It's a chunk. No. We're gonna need chunks, but I guess it's the fact that they already drop chunks. Like, they're an infinite source of farming chunks. I tried to fucking iframe my way through that. What are we doing, chat?
How's it going, everyone? Turtles here, and we got a collective of coffee. No. Still.
Why do I get messages about Moxfield? Alright, let me clarify. I'm not a Commander player for the umpteenth time. I don't play Commander, but I don't care that people do. I guess it's like, I guess the point I'm trying to get to, we did no. I guess the point I'm trying to get to is that I don't care for Commander in the same sense to where I know people, many people don't care for Modern. I guess if that makes sense. Like, there will be people who say, well, I don't like Modern, blah, blah, blah. Alright, cool. I don't like Commander. But saying you don't like Commander gets this sort of, like, what do you mean you don't like Commander reaction? And it's fucking spooky as shit. And I'm just, like, I don't know, confused? I don't know how to word it. Did we sell the Seance Ring? Is that what's happening? Because I can't find it anywhere, chat. I think we lost it. That's a shame, because I want the bow. I want to fail this run by equipping the Dark Moon bow at the last second. Right before lighting the bonfire. Well, technically, defeating Wind is when there's left challenge runs. You don't have to light the bonfire or anything to, like, complete a run. You literally just have to beat Wind. I don't want to do, you know... But we can. Maybe we try Seath again with 44. 27, 28, 44 is like a weird split, but it's like not. Oh my god, it's taunting us. In her, it used AI learning. I didn't open any of the chests in here, did I? Oh, that's probably why. Epic weed raid moment. Alright, we're outie. I wonder if there's a consistent source, at least for us, pre-Artorias, or I guess pre-Ulasil, of farming humanity that isn't humanity rat, and that isn't just outright buying it from the sewer merchant. And I'm trying to think, like, with my actual brain here, is that an outlet we're missing? I don't need it. That's the thing, is I feel like very few Dark Souls runs, you're ever like, shit, I need you. Okay? You're never like really like, shit, I need humanity. It's more like oh, I just kind of wish I had one extra. I wish, oh shit, we didn't. It's always sort of like, shit, I wish I had like 2 spare humanity to kindle, to reverse and kindle with. Again, she was asleep when you were at the store. She was just like not awake at all, which I guess is like what asleep means, but I think she finished that bone too. That bone was disgusting. I forgot it was on my desk and I touched it. I thought it was a paper towel, and I was like, oh, it's a paper towel. And it was a mangled, wet nasty. She was up all night chewing a bone. From nothing. The only reason Mo came up here, I don't think Mo knew she still had the bone. Mo saw me take 2 vanilla Oreos and put them in my pocket, and then slowly followed me up the stairs. And, you know, like if Mo had asked to come in as I was coming in, I still would have said no because Howie had her bone in here. And that's just a disaster waiting to happen. Right. Exactly. They don't need to like hide where they're eating their bone. Especially Howie. She steals Lucy's bones all the time. Hides them outside. I just also think Lucy doesn't give a shit anymore. At one point, I woke up, and I don't know how this happened. She was like trying to work her way onto my desk to get the bone, and there were Oreos right there, and I was like, the fact that she's going for the bone and not the forbidden fruit is what kind of has me like, all right. At least she's not, you know, trying to get chocolate for her sleep, which is like the weirdest thing I think a dog can do. It's like her sleep. It's like feed Oreos. What, cookies? That's fine. I'm really trying to get behind him right now. Or at least, like, get melee. I don't want to be in range of, like, curse spikes. That's the attack I want to see most of. I checked the rules chat. You're allowed to use. You're not allowed to upgrade. You're not allowed to use lightning, fire, and you're allowed to use that. And I was even like seeing like a portion of the guy where yeah, see Quaylag and see are portions of the game for inclusion. Because otherwise you're fucked. Especially on Quaylag. Like our Quaylag was really, really good. And a huge reason why our Quaylag was good was at least the first run. Not so much this run. This run we kind of just got like our Quaylag's like not his front tail, or back tail. If he's not dead, he's dead. That's 2 lords down. If I see one more story about Millie Bobby Brown's name, Howie. I remember their sweet You've been following the Millie Bobby Brown birthday? Fucking weird. There's already people like deep faking videos and stuff, and it's like, oh my god. She's been 18 for I think a total of what? 14 hours. And at least Drake's finally leaving her alone. I just hope Millie Bobby Brown has a really good birthday. And I hope TMZ is nice to her, and I hope... There's a stuffed animal in that corner that she's like mutilating that I've never seen in this house before. I don't know. I don't feel like getting it. Wait, hold on. I thought she ate the bone, but I guess she hid it. I guess what's cute about that is that also like all that stuff was under Long Dog, so she used Long Dog's corpse as a vessel to store a bone that she's been working on for what, 30 hours now. That bone was longer than her. And I really wish Aunt Claire wouldn't give our tiny dog giant bones. Asking. Just, hey, maybe don't throw dog bones over our fence, and then be like, oh, like your dogs love it. Yeah, I'm sure our dogs would love it if you threw fucking like, you know, filet mignon over the fence too. But like, don't. They're not your dogs. What if I started throwing like anchovies and sardines over your fence to feed your cats? You know what I mean? Would you be like, oh cool, thank you for throwing food over my fence to feed my cats? I was wondering why they were fighting. I was wondering why they were fighting and generally being like, oh shit, past hour. Like it's not like an ungrateful thing, but maybe like, you know, like a hello, I have bones for your dogs. Oh, cool, thank you so much for having bones for our dogs. And not, you know, and giving them to us, the owners, and not throwing them over the fence without us, without even, like, announcing your presence. Who the fuck does that? You're not Mr. Rogers, it's not your neighborhood, lady. You can't go around throwing bones over people's fences. You're some sort of fucking serial killer. Remember the time she threw the pork chop with the bone in it, and then what did she say? Like, well, it wasn't cooked or something, or there wasn't a bone. I was like, there was 100% a bone in that. And then the argument was like, well, you know, the dogs can have some bones that are cooked. Like, no, they splinter. Nobody can have bones that are fucking. That's not like, what is this? Why is this a discussion? Would you eat a bone in a pork chop? Would you, if you would eat it, would you give it to your dog? You know what I mean? Our fucking 7-pound dog is a pork chop heavier than her, running around the backyard with the bones still in it. No, it's fine, because dogs love bones. No, Claire. Dogs love bleach processed bones made in factories. Not your leftovers from dinner. Chat, that's weird, right? Now everyone's in on it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a matter of like ungratefulness. It's like it's an issue of like consent, I guess, or at least like acknowledgement that like, hey, I don't mind if you give my dog treats. I like that you like my dog, I guess. It's that kind of thing, but it's like, holy guacamole, maybe don't go about it this way. There are better ways to go about it, I guess, is what angers me. I guess the best analogy is like the cat thing. Like if I randomly threw a bunch of sardines in her backyard, you know, it wouldn't be like, oh, it's okay that my cats are fighting over sardines and I have no idea where they spawned from or what produced them. Well, I have 3 dogs, 2 of which are seniors, 1 of which is a baby, another which is like a fragile old boy. And now they're fighting over a bone that a lady threw in our backyard. It's like the fucking Hunger Games. Dogs don't understand the concept of share, you know. They barely understand the concept of just happened. Like bathroom is a thing for dogs that just happens. They don't understand it. So to expect them to have any sort of grounds and understanding, like, oh, you guys are supposed to share that. It's like, what? Lady, no. They're dogs. What are you gonna quiz them next? Like, what's the process? I deal with humanity. It's bigger. Well, it's not bigger. It's I guess the issue with this fight is healing. I'm not really up on. Oh my god, I have a very hard time. Not a hard time. I don't even have issues. Oh my god, we do like no damage to Nito. I guess the issue with Nito is there's like no cheese. You kind of just have to fight it. And on top of that, you have to kill him before he like really gets into summoning skeletons. Don't even get me started on those 2 guys. 2 like undead knights in the back. It's just a matter of like, you want to keep Nito really close, but also don't want the ads like really fucking weird. I guess this is where the kiting comes in. What? Did he get parried? Can we not hit him from behind? This is the fact I'm just learning. He's gonna AoE and we can't get out of here. We can heal at least during this downtime. He's gonna AoE again? Oh, with the watch for it. Can't stun. There's no stun for Nito. Well, we can heal here because I'm not gonna expect him to do another. Wow. I'm not gonna expect him to do the attack that he literally lines up once we start. Humanity percent, yes. Honestly, hitting his shoes is like, you know, better than we could surprisingly like block with it. We did our stamina breaks, yeah, but it's not like it breaks. It does a ton of damage. I forgot the Fortnite dance on Seath. We'll get a chance on Nito. I want to heal here. That is a major part of the fight. How he just kind of has like weird, not weird hitboxes, but like you can't hit him through his cloak because his cloak is like supposed to represent the veil between life and death, I guess. So you can't, you can't as a mortal. You can't really interfere with that. We really just beat Nito this way. 8%? Fortnite dance on him? I've never beaten Nito punching his feet in enough. But I didn't have a choice. And I mean that genuinely, I actually didn't have a choice. I guess we have to do four kings now. It's gonna be a bitch. Like an actual bitch. It's gonna be very unfun to do 4 kings. Do you have any other souls you can use? I think it's the fact that we did that with no Estus, and basically nothing but humanity is good. And then we hit him with the Fortnite dance. I wish the game played it. I wish when you did the Fortnite dance there was like a sound cue, but I don't think it would work. The sounds are in a different part of the game files than gestures are, I guess. Like character actions and character animations, so like the gesture menu is in a completely different part than like a lot of other things. So it's really interesting, but also kind of like. But I miss Coda Serpent as well. I did. That would have given us enough for a level, but oh well. We just have 4 kings, yes. And then 4 kings to Gwyn. Oh, I suppose we also have the entirety of the DLC. We've only done the Sanctuary Guardian. We haven't done Artorias. We haven't done anything else, but this is not Pyromancer all bosses. What is the Crystal Cave bonfire? Oh, that's Seath's bonfire, right? After beating him? Yeah. I've never felt the reason to come back here, so. As well as I guess never knew there was a reason to come back here. So we just have... I'm trying to think. Four kings. Basically 4 kings into Gwyn is all we have left. For whatever reason, I don't have the Dark Moon Seance ring. It's just not in my inventory. I don't know where it went. Which is a shame because it locks us out of a boss, but I, honest to God, have no clue where it went. It's just out of our inventory. I'm at a loss because I don't really know where to go. I guess we go Firelink. Firelink down to Valley. Firelink to Valley. Valley gets us to... We need a whole 10k. I guess at that point it's like, it doesn't really matter. Valley to... Firelink to Valley. Valley to Darkwood. Bonfire. The one in the cave. Humanity up the cave. 4 kings. I can also just keep, instead of having to ring swap, I can just keep the Covenant Artorias on. There's no reason to equip and unequip it a bunch. Does this guy sell anything we can yoink for 10k? Or at least attempt to yoink?
This is unusual. This is more, well, as what... Have you? It's all that out.
We can upgrade our clothes. I'm actually really okay with that. I feel like upgrade-wise, we're good.
Goodbye then.
Dude, what's our poise? Still at 0. Poggers. No poise adjustments? Fucking weird. I also think that they changed how the game reads poise and remaster. So we need 10k for a level up. Howie. She's acting like we can't hear, like if we aren't looking at her, we can't hear her either. Like if we can't see her, she's invisible. Or rather, she doesn't exist. Not that she's invisible, she's not invisible, we can fucking hear her. Trying to think of like the fairest or the most fair way to do. This is how much damage you do to the Drakes. Nervous. Well, we just did Nito fairly quick. That was like a sub 10 minutes on Nito, maybe even sub 5 minutes. But it was like an hour boss runs and just do them. So this is gonna be kind of where the run starts to finish out. If I can actually finish the game in this stream, I will, and then we'll start the randomizer with just whatever is in the lead, which I think they're tied, so uh-oh. And I can't put points towards that shit, guys, so uh-oh. I should have brought Gold Pine from the mushroom lady. But I can also just kind of teleport to her by Gold Pine. We'll go without it. I'll take off the Dark Wood Grain, so we're just like confined to our normal role. Wood Grain Fap? I mean Fap Artorias? Wait. Covenant? I'm just gonna stop calling it Fap. How about that? Favor and Protection and Covenant. Or Covenant with Wood Grain. I feel like this is the kind of run where Fap is necessary. Because we're not at a point where we kind of just... I forgot to like I'm just gonna make an attempt to just run past everything it is. I guess what I was saying as well is this guy we need to kill. But I found a really weird skip in this area as well. I don't know how I did it, but it was when I was just running around item scouting, and I'm assuming it like requires the Dark Wood Grain. But I quite literally just jumped up a hole, or jumped up a wall. Or rather, ninja flipped up a wall. And it skipped that fog gate right there. So I guess the plan going forward in terms of when we do the fog gate randomizer is to remember where that spot was. Because I can skip a fog gate. But I can't skip this one, which is the thing. I want to put on humans. Alright, here we go. First one. Also, it's going to be beneficial to stay like right under them. The hilt of the four kings. The hilt of their sword does less damage than the blade of their sword. Oh, we do no fucking damage. Like, you're kind of seeing it now, we're taking, like, very little damage from the actual sword. But that was a blade hit. Like, you can kind of tell, like, when a hit is a blade or a hilt hit. You're keeping them, like, at the range like this is... So far, we're failing the damage checks as well. It's coming down to like just not having stamina. It's the first game. I wish I had time to heal in between these. I'm gonna heal, it has to be now. Yeah. It's AoE, that's not good. It's not bad either. We're not doing this fight by point stacking, so I don't really care if he wants to spam AoEs. It's just annoying because it's just time added to what's essentially like a timed fight. Because I don't want 12 kings in here. That's not the name of the fight. The name of the fight's 4 kings. When 5 of them show up, I get it. New king this. Yeah. That's another thing. When they AoE, when 2 of them are out and they start AoEing, it's really hard to do. Shit. Well, he said that a very awkward little amount of damage. I was just going to say, the weird part is I don't know where the other king is. There was a king behind that king, and just gone. Then I turn around and it's just like, oh shit, grabbing to grab sucks. Oh shit, I'm not about that shit. It's doing like static damage, which is fine. I want an AoE just to heal. Bro, that hitting us twice at that angle is unfortunate. The second one's gonna show up. I want him to AoE here so we can heal. Would I consider this a bad fight? No. Now I would. Now that there's 3 of them, it's not gonna be... It's not gonna be impossible, but it's gonna be challenging. I guess the fact of the matter is, like, there's an entire challenge for this boss fight based around letting every king spawn. Because every king can spawn twice, so that's, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 kings that can spawn in the duel. It's supposed to be like a 1v4 fight. But if you get to that point, like where I'm at right now, you're doing something wrong. And usually that's something wrong. It's like you're not understanding the mechanic. It's like the entire fight is a DPS check. Shit. I guess gold points. That was a good fight, though.
What are you doing, Howard? What? What's going on?
Do we buy and stack a gold pine? Yes. Oh, we also humanity. We 3 humanity. We twin and then we army. guess we can also go up to 20 if we want. Wait, can we? We have enough to go up to 20. I think we need to. 20 humanity is a lot. Or I'm sorry, 20 S's is a fuck ton. With 20 S's is like, oh, holy moly, bud. Ugh. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. That's like PvP levels of Estus. Am I trying it again? Yes, clearly. I'm trying it with our 1 gold pine. Again, the fight's a DPS check. You don't have to check all 4 of them. You just have to check the first and the third one. If you ring out the first one, and that's the thing, if you ring out the first one before the second one spawns, you have a solid chunk of time to essentially just set up, like use a gold pine, use a buff, use a mushroom, use a green blossom, use anything that would be considered set up for any other boss fight. That's technically what's happening for bosses twice. Oh, that's the skip spot, but I guess I can't really do it because we're being chased. I guess we don't need Darkwood. We can just jump up. And I haven't found a point to this, but it takes us right under the bonfire. It takes us to this area, which is like under the bonfire, under the boss room, but not like close enough to the boss room. It's quicker, but it's quicker by like... It's quicker by proxy, I guess you would say, because it's only skipping 2 rooms. That's unfortunate. The two rooms that it's skipping are also 2 rooms with enemies. I'm gonna gold pine first. If we get a good DPS check with gold pine, I'll gold pine again. Like we'll go to Elizabeth and we'll buy gold pine. Is what I'm saying. Wow, how fortunate. I don't need this 20k, but it's insignificant the gold pine, the damage we get. I'm sorry. We would have better damage just letting this guy wail on us and getting our SDR to rock. And by better damage, I mean like significantly better damage. But we finished the first one before the second one spawned, so gold pine's kind of dead. Gold pine is probably gonna be what we do. It's like if we don't finish with this run, we go gold pine. I don't know. I don't need to pick up or equip humanity either. Yeah, you lose time on the grab because obviously it grabs you. That's like common sense, yes. You lose time on the grab. I'm not trying to say that stupid questions exist, but like that was a weird question. Howie, quiet. She hides bones and then cries when killed. Who did she learn this from? She's like a serial killer. Hides her victims' bodies and then taunts the cops. I think there are 2 spawner now as well. No, just 1. Howie, please be quiet. I don't want to play Find the Bone right now. Very nice. To be fair, this first one's almost dead. hear shit. No, it's just the third one's gonna spawn now. Howie, please be quiet. I think this is where we can't do it. There's like 3 inside of each other. Oh my fucking god. Howie. I don't wanna find your bone. You have to hide it, honey. No, I don't want to. I don't want to, Howie. This isn't even the right guy. Howie, I don't want to. Dog percent? Yeah, classic. We fight it as one boss. Like it's not killed. Like the run's not dead. The fight's not dead. I just have to avoid every instance of a thing that kills. The healing through that's fine. I'm probably gonna chase. I just have to pick one to focus on. That's really good. There we go. Holy fuck. There's not a single person in the world who likes fighting the Four Kings, and that's a fucking fact. We go to Gwyn. Yeah. Oh, we don't have enough for 50. Ripperino. How do we fight Gwyn? We parry spam? What do you mean? The same way you always fight. There's no difference in fighting Gwyn. Well, I guess to answer your question, we from here we dump vitality. Like I'll split it like this, but only because I like even numbers. But at this point, it kind of really is go to Gwyn. There's nothing else in the run that we need. And I don't need to rest at the bonfire either. Hi, Howie G.
Well, not treat me like a...
Oh my god, bitch, wake up. Fall down? No. That's bad etiquette. Oh. Yeah, honestly, it's the kind of thing where I wish I had, like, the Ring of Steel protection. But I think it's also the kind of thing where, like, I'm way past that point. I can't feasibly go back and alter the build in a way that, like, really changes things. Alright, we're basically done. I just have to not die during Gwyn. And then Fortnite dance on them. Getting through here is easy. It's the problem with Gwyn is, like, you always see people parry spam him, and the reason they're able to sit there and just mash L2 like this is because they stack boys. Oh, that's awkward. They stack boys. I honestly don't mind going back and resetting there. We're gonna need patience for this. Beating Gwyn, it's a kind of thing where there's 2 ways to do this. We sit here and we parry spam until we just get it. Or we don't. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, I honest to God do not mind sitting here parry spamming, like the easy attacks to parry spam. Because if we... How the fight works, you'll see this right when we enter. The first time, usually the first time, you enter the fight, it's set up in a way to where, you know, the music plays, and you're like, oh my god, this is Gwyn. And he's got his, you know... He's like, oh, this isn't what I expected moment. That first attack he does is always an attack you can parry. And that's where the lock starts. It's sort of like... that was awkward. It's sort of like when you get that first parry, when you get that first hit, you're sort of in a deciding state of like, where does this go from here? Like, do I parry lock, or do I stack poison parry lock, or do I like rotate and just try to take advantage of Gwyn like you would be taking advantage of like any normal fight? Like, it's really awkward, but like, the best way to explain it is fighting Gwyn is literally no different than fighting the Silver Knights or the Black Knights across the world map. That's honestly just what it comes down to. Because if you get good or got good at fighting these guys throughout the entire run, the Black Knights and the Silver Knights, then you're kind of like, oh, this is just... fuck, it's awkward. Hello? Hello? So here we go. Here we go. No, we do so little damage! We're gonna be here for years, chat. Oh, fuck. Oh, the grab dodged. Okay. I honest to God think we actually have the normal fight win for the first time in the history of this game. At least it's Gwyn. At least it's not like... a boss that's hard, I guess. It's like offensive to Gwyn. I guess we just normal fight Gwyn. Like weird. We do more damage normal fighting Gwyn two-handed than we did parry spamming him, which is funny as shit. That's how Miyazaki intended. Alpine? Lol. I wish. That thing smells burnt. I wish you could gold pine. Win. Why are you standing under my chair crying? Why did you jump out of bed? You had it set. You had a bed to yourself. There was food to sniff up there. Your bones somewhere in the room. It's hidden. You should be happy that you hid it. None of us know where it is. We're gonna step on it. It's gonna pierce our little feet, but... Howie, for the love of God. No, FAP doesn't change. Okay, hold on. At least they're cute noises. Yeah. Well, it makes weird noises. Well, it sounds like he's deflating those, like sad noises. there's no audio cues in this fight, so it's not a huge deal. Like 4 kings, I have to hear when the other kings spawn. But Quinn, I kind of just there's no audio cue. It's all visual, and that's why I'm like not seeing a difference. Oh my god, I almost weed brained that. I mean, it's not like, again, there's no audio. The only thing, excuse me, the only thing that would make a difference is if we were to go and just fully upgrade all of our armor. But again, that doesn't really make a difference. It's just we would have to do a handful of things, I guess. Let me put it this way: plus 15. Plus 10 at the minimum. So for our armor, plus 10 at the minimum. We have plus 10 on one piece of armor. We would need plus 10 on our weapon. We would need plus 15, plus 10 at the minimum on our shield, so it doesn't like get stamina broken. Or so we don't have a stamina break while fighting. With that being said, like you're gonna have stamina breaks when you're parry spamming the final boss of a game, or at least of this game. Can you guys imagine parry spamming the Chandra? It would be funny as shit. Kindle this, bitch. I can't wait to fight Nashandra. You guys get to watch me fucking mauled over how unbalanced that fight is. Nashandra and then the one sister from the Sunken City. The Sleeping City, whatever it's called. The city that never sleeps because it's covered in poisonous gas and everyone's dying. And the dragons are mad at everyone. I love how the plot of that DLC is like this dragon is not having a good day. And everyone else has to deal with the repercussions of that. It's just primarily the plot of that game. Oh, missing that first parry sucks. Yeah, it's whatever. I would like to finish this fight before the stream ends, so we're not sitting here with nothing to do. But, you know, what can you really do? I can't voice outplay this thing. I would... Artorias? Yeah, I guess. And the thing with Artorias is he won't be any, like, worse than usual. That's the thing, Artorias is just Artorias. The problem with... This is kind of what I'm just realizing as well. We have to fight Manus without the pendant, because we can't equip the we don't have a lantern to equip. we had to get rid of it as part of the challenge. So if we are to go fight Manus, we have to accept the fact that an entire 2 phases of that fight, we have to sweat our balls off just to not take any damage. Which I don't think is possible fighting Manus. Like, you have to sweat fighting Manus. That whole fight's an anxiety. But it's just not Artorias, yeah. And I guess the thing with Artorias is we see, I don't even know like where I would use. What the fuck? It went back up without. I thought that was a Vagrant. I got excited, but then I realized we're not online. Chester can die, but not before we beat Artorias. I think what we do is we like kill Artorias, have Goff shoot Calamite, kill Kieran, kill Goff, kill Chester, kill Elizabeth, use souls, level up. Here we go. Well, that's not bad damage. I guess in an ideal situation, he rolls, he back rolls here, rolls again. No, that's fine. I was gonna say rolls again. Oh my god, even fucking hate Artorias. I guess we recap here. I can end stream because we have. We have, yeah, I'm going to save it quick. We have Artorias, Manus, Calamite, Gwendolyn, and I think that's it. We have, in terms of item scouting, we have the Demon Ruins, the entirety of New Londo, because we just kind of skipped it. We have a lot of places where item scouting like will occur. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go watch the Historic Open as well. But yeah, we back tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll finish this run and we'll start one of the randomizers.